When it comes to this whole YouTube and content creation thing, I think a lot of people have a lot to say, and validly so. Like, we all have opinions, we all want to get out there and get heard, and also anybody can be wrong. There's nobody that's perfect on this earth currently, so keep that in mind when anybody says something, and everybody's got receipts and this and that. I mean, there's literally not a person on this earth that has been right 100% of the time. So I always like to keep that in mind. And I was wrong a little bit about something, and this right here is one of the biggest slappings I've ever seen, and could definitely help Xbox very much so in the future. And also, like, listen, I understand that things are constantly in flux, but to see this, just honestly, kind of is weird. But also, it's kind of one of those things that I feel like, probably enough people aren't really talking about. So I do hope that we get some kind of information more on this in the future as well, because I feel like that this is a huge deal. Like, I don't understand how anybody could not think that this is a huge deal, to be quite frank with you. But I want to get into the video because I think it's going to be a classic Crap Gamer video that you're not going to want to miss. Hey there everyone, I'm the Crap Gamer, and of course this is Crap Gamer Reviews, your home for gaming news, opinions, reviews, and much more. You'll probably notice some changes around here, and hopefully that doesn't stop you from giving us a like, and possibly, hey, maybe even consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some of your free time with me today. It means the world to me. I know you guys are all busy. You all have incredibly busy lives with wives, husbands, family, kids, cousins, parents, friends, whoever, and work. I know that you guys are super busy, so I'm very appreciative of any kind of time you guys can spend here watching my videos. And if you're going to watch any videos, please just leave a like. That's pretty much the only thing I ask. Reason being, it helps out the channel, helps things get seen, just helps things along the way. It also gets me excited to do more content, because I know you guys like the content, and I like doing content. And for me personally, when I see that people have been liking my content, it makes me want to do, you guessed it, more content. So yeah, that's something to kind of keep in mind as we go along. Yeah, and I want to get into this because we know that Microsoft made a huge deal with Activision. And myself, I said, listen, I don't see millions upon millions of people leaving PlayStation to go to Xbox with that. But if this, and this looks like it's something that's real, we could see some people gearing up for that over time. According to this, a retailer warns PlayStation 5 players to choose consoles carefully after Xbox's acquisition of Activision. Basically, kind of check yourself before you wreck yourself. One Jobs worth at a supermarket has attached a warning to its PlayStation 5 display, informing unsuspecting customers to choose their console carefully following Microsoft's almost $70 billion buyout of Activision Blizzard. It's added a handwritten clarification in parentheses to the bottom of a note which simply reads Call of Duty. Apparently, some of these retail stores across the globe have started putting up a notice for customers of Call of Duty that says, "Notice to gamers, Microsoft has bought Activision. Choose your machine carefully." Of course, it's likely that the first-person series, well, we know for a fact that it's going to stay on the Sony systems at least for another year and a half, 2 years, meaning that it was kind of confirmed that this year's Call of Duty, which is heavily suspected to be Modern Warfare 2, next year's Call of Duty, as well as next year's Warzone 2, will all be on PlayStation, whereas everything in 2024, that's a little bit more up for debate as to whether or not that's going to be on PlayStation. A lot of people are thinking that it's not going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't. It seems like Microsoft would be able to keep Warzone going on PlayStation, and then sort of just be able to do what they want with the mainline Call of Duty games. They might not even come out every year anymore, so we'll see sort of what happens with that. But what's interesting is we're not sure what happened. Obviously, Xbox chief Phil Spencer has expressed a desire to continue to support PlayStation platforms, but that could mean pretty much anything at this point. So it's unclear whether this notice has been posted in all of these stores or if this is just the efforts of an individual location. But Sony's unlikely to be particularly happy with the poster, although it's not like you can find PS5 stock easily, even if you wanted to. And obviously, would this deter you from buying you know, PlayStation in the future. I think that's something that we all kind of want to know. You know, is this going to be something that realistically hampers PlayStation sales? Like, people knowing about this now, like if it's not something that really matters for a couple more years or a few more years, I think, you know, why will it matter right now? Like, I don't know. Like, to me, this seems like a little bit of a jump the gun situation. Again, I'm not sure of the overall impact that this is totally going to have, but it's still worth kind of keeping an eye on, because obviously we know that Call of Duty is such a huge franchise, and you know, the speculation is that Sony might go out and do some kind of announcements sooner rather than later, just to kind of get everybody maybe back. I don't want to say back on board with PlayStation, because PlayStation never really went anywhere, but I do think that it is just something that, you know, gamers and fans would probably maybe want to talk about and know about ahead of time. I mean, it is something that I brought up on Crossfire a week or so ago, right? So what I mean by that is, basically, I mentioned that, you know, a lot of people, a lot of casuals, a lot of the average type of gamer, maybe wouldn't even realize that something had happened until they went to go buy, you know, their Call of Duty game on PlayStation, and then they would be like, "Hey, where's Call of Duty?" Which at that point they would probably get pretty pissed off at Xbox. You know, it's just one of those things. And for me personally, I just think that everybody's going to kind of react to this differently. But when it came out that Sony would only lose maybe 280 million, which is a lot of money, to be fair. You know, it is a ton of money. Don't kid yourself. But with that being said, it's not as much as one might expect, right? Like, I'm just being honest. It's not as much as one might expect, and it doesn't do as much damage as you might think. There's obviously, like I said, with the way that the contracts are, they would have Warzone, which Warzone is the most active Call of Duty right now to begin with. And, you know, again, it just really kind of comes down to what people want to play, right? Like, a lot of people consider Call of Duty to be going on a bit of a downward spiral, right? Like, for me personally, I think in particular, the Call of Duty that we have right now, Vanguard, plays better than most of the Call of Duties that we've had recently, right? Even some of the more modern ones, right? Like, as far as the multiplayer and stuff. So for me personally, you know, I would love to see Call of Duty continue on both, but even if it doesn't, I don't think that it's going to be the end of PlayStation. I think everything's going to be fine, and you know, everybody will have stuff to play. Sony will just, like, if anything, Sony will have to step their game up even more, and we'll continue to see that. But it is very interesting to see retailers put this out there, and I just want to say that I just found it to be a little bit surprising. Let me know what you guys think, though, because that's what matters most. Down below, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Xbox Live, hit me up on PSN. It doesn't matter where. I'll respond, folks. I do. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crap Gamer 'em up. Thanks for watching. Crap Gamer out.